Hello there, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of my Factory Town Island gameplay series. I'm Icon, and today we're going to dive into mana production. Just like I promised, I made up my plans for that, and I freed up a lot of territory over there, and today we're going to get that rail bridge done. So this is going to be quite a challenging task because we're going to need a lot of transportation way here, and I'm also gimping my fisher here a little bit. I hope he'll forgive me, but it's all for the sake of progress. So here I'm just rising the ocean floor a little bit to accommodate my plans a bit more. And here we go. So we're going to produce these mana shards down there, and we're going to refine them into mana crystals up here. There's one thing that I haven't paid attention when I did my plans, or thing that I haven't known when I made my plans, I should rather say, and that's the fact that on rails you can only transport items that would also go on chutes. So therefore, the refined mana crystals are a no-go, because we can't produce them there. It's the end of the line. Or, well, no, we can't transport them via railways. So instead, we're going to produce our mana crystals here. I mean, it's going to be cooler here anyways, because we have access to forests here too. And the mana shards now. The mana shards can be produced by putting a mine right next to that. And just like the other materials, I can also mine that underground. Isn't that beautiful? So the next thing we're going to need is the big rail connection. So first off, I want to work with barns on that one. It took me quite some time to understand how rail systems worked in this game, but now that I know it, it's quite cool, and we're going to work with that. So we're going to put the barns over here. So first things first, the actual mana shards will be transported here, because we're going to need a looping railway. That's the thing. Because your carts, they can't turn by themselves. Oh my god, we're not high enough with the terrain here, are we? Okay. But I think if we're going for such a kind of slope, it should be okay. No, I want it down, not up. Okay. Here, now I have that little bit of a steep thing there. Okay. So, let's see. Metal rail. I should really put that into my hotbar here. Okay, so we're going to have to work in two layers. So first off, our train will move past that thing here and unload. Then we're going to unload here, and we're going to make this the way back. Alright, this is going to be the way back, and then we're going to have to load ourselves. Maybe we're going to do this like that. It's probably we'll drive by here like that. I like this idea. So here we go. There. Now all we'll have to do... Oh, let's put that. I like this more. And now all we'll have to do is connect these dudes like that. And then we're done. So here we go. Yeah, I'm out of rails, but that problem's going to be alleviated in no time. So what we're going to do, I hope that'll work out, is that we're now cycling those gems in that way. Oh, there's one thing that I have to pay attention to. I just noticed this loop should be a little bit more generous in its width, because I'll need to output the gems somewhere too, or the shards. So yeah, we'll finish that as soon as the rails are done. And let's crank up the output here a bit. Okay, so that thing here will output our thingies here. So let's quickly set up that bridge. There we go. I hope that's going to be enough for that rail car to pass through. Wait a sec. Can't afford? What art thou telling me? I'm producing these things in large amounts. Here, output. Why are my metal rails... Oh, there's a mess up at the barn, that's why. I was already wondering why you're producing enough rails there. So we'll have to trash that, and now... Okay. So we found a little bit of a culprit here in our production. It's not bad, not bad. It's always good to eliminate these things. Okay, so... Oh, that explains it. Alright. Let's put that rail car on it and see if it's going to do what it's supposed to do. So it's racing there. Got the mana crystals or the mana shards loaded in. Let's see. Took me quite some time to understand that you can't just drive by and load and unload like that. And yeah, I somehow expected that. So we're going to need to build higher than usual, huh? Okay. So I just hope that this will suffice. Because otherwise, I'm a little bit in trouble here. Okay. Needs support block. So, do we need to build a little bit more of that, huh? Okay. So, looks like we're needing to go for a high bridge here, huh? Let's see. Oh yeah, now it works. Nice. And that's how we do it. This is way faster than the stuff we were doing before, and it's going to yield us a pretty nice output of these gems or crystals or whatever. So we're oh yeah. I mean, now that I see it, I did a grave mistake there. I could have looped that just here at the back side of that, but whatever. So I have learned what kind of bridge we're going to need to get the job done there. So, I mean, is that horrible? No, not at all. Okay, so we're going to set up the mana forges, the magic forges here. So the forester goes down here. Okay, there we go. So forester wants to output his stuff over there. Oh, okay. You're one of those shops again, huh? Not a problem for me. So I'd love to support more than one magic forge, but maybe not today, you know? that's ultimately not that necessary right now. For now, let's just do one. But I've set up the logistics to support more. I think I'd go for a... I'd pipe through the mana shards behind this if I want to put up more forges. No problem, though. Okay, we got magic crystals. I mean, can't we... What can we do with mana crystals? Nothing in particular, huh? So we can create mana brick. So that's going to be the next interesting part. Let's do mana brick. So we're going to bring in a new forge that'll produce the brick for us. Well, ultimately I have too much forest here. I think I'm going to reduce that at some point. Okay, but not now. Let's see. It's quite an unruly stone deposit, but you know, that egg output there is not that important. We're... okay. I could transport that here, but let's see. So, first things first, I want to get rid of that pasture. So we're going to move that away. And, you know, these eggs, they weren't worth a lot in the first place. It would be a real waste of my time to insist now hard on keeping that, you know. We're not gonna. Instead, we're going to go for something like that. So, this place also needs fuel. All the magic forges need fuel. Probably that forester wasn't that way. Oh. I see something. Ha. This is nifty. Alright. Let's down the splitter. So, after all, that bridge was good for something. I mean, it solves problems that I wouldn't have without the rails, but that's okay. I mean, at least it's solving my problems. Okay, so we're going to produce mana brick now. Mana brick is the first of these goods that we're actually able to sell. So, let's see. I want to pipe the stone through here. Okay. Nice. Now, back to the town, and let's see. There was specialty goods. So that's the merchant we're looking for, and reinforced planks are not available. I have to check out my special workshop. You guys should be... there should be enough. Why are there not? We're just using them up like crazy, that's all. Okay. Just wanted to know whether or not there's a shortage or something like that, you know. Okay, so seems like my new buildings need these like crazy. Okay, got it. So where were we? Here. So we're producing these mana bricks now, aren't we? Oh, wait a sec. I need cut stone. Huh. Okay, my bad. So we'll have to hatch in a stonemason in between. No problem, though. No problem. Polished stone. Never worked with that either yet. Wait a sec. I want to stick with the plan here. Can't I just... yeah, we're going to do this like that. So here's another thing that I learned. Thanks for this, for the person that gave me the hint there that you can place grabbers on every direction of the belt. That was not intuitively for me. Okay, so we're producing it now. Awesome. We got the mana brick. Okay, so since obviously mana bricks seem to be a building material, or in general a material that we're going to need more, I want to output it a little bit more, a little bit somewhere else. So, okay. Or, no. We're just going to make it like that. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I'm not blocking that I'm not blocking my planned expansion on the magic forges there. You know, that would be quite tragic. Okay, you guys are just not producing fast enough. So, give them more workers. Okay. So, I don't want to I don't want to have that barren brim filled just with mana bricks. Let's see what we're going to do with that too. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's see. A laboratory was involved in those new books, wasn't it? Town specialty. Ooh. Yeah, well, there's only forestry as a town specialty selectable, so whatever. Town specialties, I wasn't working with these yet, but they are pretty useful. So now every recipe that's included in the town specialty, that's planks and all these forestry goods, now have a double output chance in this radius of the town center, which is pretty useful. I think this only applies to connected buildings, though. I'm not too sure about that. Anywho, I got the mana bricks we need. So now we can connect a specialty goods building. Huzzah. Okay. But honestly, I'm not that interested in selling my mana bricks right now. As tasty as it might be to finally get access to those purple coins, I have way more interest in... Wait a sec. Where do we actually... Magical knowledge tomes. Where do we produce them, actually? Now that we're talking about that. Probably at the Mage Tower, huh? Let's see. What does the Mage Tower do? Because I somehow missed the point where I produce those books. Probably I can't find that out by mouse overing that, though. Here, produced by Mage Tower, just like I thought. No, they need hoods? Oh, man. Okay, just like every proper Mage Tower. You'd definitely assume that, or something like that. Okay. So, we're going to need these cloaks as a component for that. So, altogether, I'd say we're definitely not going to be needing... Wait a sec. Can we actually provide... Well, the belt doesn't provide that much transportation. These are actually running a little bit out of fuel, I just noticed. Sick. Well, okay. Are you guys telling me that we're really suffering a fuel shortage here on that forge? Okay. So, turns out that this output is not sufficient. Well, I gotta optimize that at some later point. I mean, there's plenty of wood available. It's not that much of an issue. But the much more interesting point is now build a Mage Tower. So, the Mage Towers can only produce one product so far. And that's book, mana crystal, and cloak. So I'm very, 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 very inclined to just grab my cloak production and make a use and put it to good use. You know what? We're going to do this actually. This is way too appealing to not to do that, you know. So we're going to wait. I can't raise the terrain here because of the cotton plants, I assume. Let's see. Now it works. Okay, so my plan is quite simple. We're going to eliminate this here, and we're going to bring the cloak up here, you know. Oh, there's some slopes and stuff there. Okay, here we go. Bang. Cloaks. Our leather output is not really good, huh? How so? Guys are just not producing grain fast enough, okay. So optimizing these production chains is something that I'm not doing that much yet, but you know, never change a running system, that's my motto. As long as it works somewhat acceptable, I'll stick with it, you know. By the way, we're not going to stick with this kind of primitive belt system anymore. Okay, wonderful. So okay. Still needs more leather, still needs more food. Oh, I'm actually suffering from a transportation shortage here. So we can't just output out of 2. No problem, guys. We got you covered. Okay. Let's pump up the production. Here we go. Now that's more like it. Okay. Wonderful. Now, with that, we should be somewhat able to get the ball rolling, I'd say. I mean, it's pretty obvious that we're still suffering a bit of a shortage here. But wait a sec. It's now also about the water. So this place here really needs its own well. Okay, got it. Well, well. There we go, guys. Is that such a water-hungry industry, after all, huh? Okay. It's quite crazy to see for me that actually water was now the biggest shortage here. So it would be better if I'd had more water tiles. I see. So that's an issue. This area just doesn't produce that much water. Does it go better when I just crank up more wells? I mean, technically, yes. Okay. So the food mill wasn't the actual problem anymore at that point. So, yeah. I know it's a little bit of an overkill, but you know me, there's no kill like an overkill. So now it finally has enough enough product here. Okay. So we're still not really getting the ball rolling as fast as I want it, but whatever. Okay, so the Mage Tower can now acquire Mana Crystal and Cloaks already, so we're only needing books. Talk about quick production. Okay, books are another easy thing to acquire. How was that again? It would be so awesome if you'd be able to just look up recipes somewhere. Maybe I'm missing the point, but... So we got to make paper first, and... Ah, yeah, paper and cloth made books. So we're going to need... Look at that unemployed farm. Waiting for somebody to make use of its workforce. Isn't that lovely? It's just what I needed. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to connect that like this. And this is going to be where we're making the cloth. The books. And, well, I'm not sure if I really want to have the mage tower here, but now it kind of like happened, huh? Well, whatever. Okay. Just wondering where I'm going to produce the books now efficiently, but I think we've left efficient land a while ago, and we've entered Spaghetti Town at the same time. Now, let's see. Is there enough room? Yeah, there would be. So, nah, I don't like that. You know what? We're going to just, I'm just going to ignore the fact that... Wait a sec. No, I'm not gonna ignore the fact. What the hell is happening here? Oh, we're out of wood, so the entire fuel problem kicked in way harder than I thought. Okay. So, mana crystals aren't hard to produce. The necessary fuel is the actual difficulty there. So we'll have to amp up the fuel production here by a lot to satisfy 2 magic forges at once. I guess that's the entire issue here. But that's okay. That's why we got tree planters and stuff. If I only had crap, but, you know, I just visited a place that was full of crap. So we're going to output the fertilizer here. And I'll be very, very happy with that. So, well, okay. Stop right away. You're not even existing, Grabber. Here we go. And I'll just set up another barn that's going to be full of fertilizer. So, it's just a side product. And I'll actually leave that barn full with that. Because I realized lately that you need such high amounts of fertilizer once you need them, that it's going to be okay to have an entire barn full with that stuff. So we can't put down the tree planters on every terrain. I didn't know that. So, yield 0. Okay, I might as well stop what I'm doing here. Okay, new things learned. So, here's that's going to be the biggest issue now, that we're going to have to support all this. So, the magic forge here, well, it just needs more workers. The question here is, does this place produce enough crystals to satisfy both the mage tower and the mana brick production? You know, I highly doubt that. I really, really highly doubt that. So we're going to work differently instead. I might be actually restringing that after all, because I will be needing more output lines out of this one. Yeah, well, okay. Things I didn't know when I started out with this. So, how are we going to do this now? I'm very, very unhappy with the situation there. And I think the best thing to do is to restring the rail situation here into something like that. Here goes, and we're going to annihilate the entirety of the rest of the train tracks here. So this is going to be the last tour of that one. And this way I'll be able to get the ball rolling a lot easier. So I really thought that I'd be able to live with that old mistake of mine, but Honestly, it's going to be so much easier to just output another pipeline of product here. Let's just leave that out here. Here we go. It's just working out the same, just better. And now we're just going to have a second output line of that stuff, because I can already tell that this will be a problem in the long run if I keep going like that. I'll need another forge just for that. I haven't figured out yet how I'm going to provide this forge with fuel, but I want to have... Oh yeah, I got an idea. This is going to be good. We're just gonna carve ourselves a forester into the forest, you know? Why not? This will provide the fuel I need. Easy. And at the same time, I get what I need. Like that solution. Oh yeah, this is good. Alright. And now all we'll need to do here is get that flippin' product down there. So I hope... Oh, wait a sec. Oh, wait a sec. Here, let's cut that grass. I just realized that this place here looks like it's standing on a very, very uncomfortable spot, if you get my idea. So here, yeah. Let's move that place just a moment, you know. Just a moment for me to make the terrain around it a little bit more cooperative once we're going to work around with that. So let's do this. Okay. Now I should be able to get things easy in and out of here. There it goes. Okay. Now off to that book project. So we got the cloth. Now we need the paper. So let's see. It's a two-step progress. We're going to need a forester. So this place here is all ibbity-ubbity too, so I'm not gonna go for that one. Ugh. It's all kind of narrow in here, but we can't do the same trick one more time, you know? I don't need that much, after all. And I can increase the efficiency of all these by a lot. So we're going to need... What was the other thing? A wood mill, wasn't it? Wood mill? No, lumber mill it was called. I only had mill back in the backside of my head. So paper, here we go. Paper, and let's put it well as well. And now we got all the necessary products. All we're needing now is a workshop that'll transform these into books. There we go. And of course a way to transport these goods. But that's a different story. Shouldn't be that hard though. Okay, book goes... Wait a sec. Oh yeah, we're one of those again. Hey, okay. So the only thing we're now not getting together here is paper. But one thing at a time. We're almost there. So let's see. I just pray. Oh yeah, it looks like we're good to go. Okay, good. I was a little bit concerned for a second that this might transform into a problem, but no. Okay. Oh, yeah. That one again. Oh, so in this scenario, you actually need to. Oh no, come on. Ugh. So there I thought I had brought the terrain under control, huh? Little did I know. Okay. Yeah, sometimes things are like that when you're working sloppy. Okay, so now the only question remains, where the hell will I output these books to? I mean, okay, we could go... Could we go that way? No. Well, could I go down that way? No. Alright, so I kind of like locked myself in a bit here. But at least the production process is flowing. Well. This can't be that much of a problem, though. So let's see. We're going to need another school here, connecting to that place. So what's seriously clogging up the entirety of that operation here is how we had to string in the paper. So let's see. And I mean, let's just fix that terrain problem, shall we? I mean, that should also do the trick in the end. Okay, so sometimes things in this game are rather finicky, I gotta say. But in some way, I honestly don't want to complain about that. Because, you know, I enjoy when things are a little bit tricky. I enjoy when things are a little bit harder to compute and stuff like that. Now I did a mistake, but that's okay, because now I fixed my problem. I hope. Let's see if that's going to be working out, but I think it should. So we're going to be... Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Now let's put that grabber. Oh, baby. Now, I'm sorry. I'm very, very happy. That's all I want to say. Now, let's move that school over here and get those books in there. So, my dear friends, magic research achieved. This is a very, very annoyingly long process. I mean, we only get one magical research point out of that, and not more. So that's really going to be quite a long wait. Probably I should stop doing it like that. You know what? We're going to make one thing. I'm going to do, and that's going to be the end of today's episode. I'm going to whip up one crate for the mana bricks, and everything beyond that, everything. Ugh, well, uneven terrain again. Everything beyond that is going to be sold, I wanted to say. But then the terrain, again, countered my plans, so let's see. It's one thing that I'd do completely differently the next time I'd play this game, for sure. But, you know, hindsight is always 2020, as people like to say. Alright, so we're now going to start selling that stuff. I hope I'm not going to sell too much of it. You know? Yeah, of course. Now the first start of that is going to be way too much. So we're going to have an overproduction for a moment, but I'm pretty sure that at some point, once the stockpiles here are processed, there's not going to be much of a overproduction anymore. And I'm gonna be happy that I got these. So while we're at it, let's add a second storage of those. Uneven terrain. Well, okay. So here we go. And let's just make sure that I'll have a nice support of these things here while selling a couple of them. All right, so we got it. This, well, I'm not. Wait a sec. I'm not that super happy, I wanted to say, but actually, we're not able to output the books here anymore, but it just looks like that. Wait a sec. Yeah, very, very, very rough episode. Here we go. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. This was a pretty difficult episode. I think I could have done better. Of course, I could have done better. But at the same time, I feel as if we're making really neat progress. I think there will be in the future another monocrystal refinery, because this is just, well, the prototype, I might say. But yeah, drop your comments down below. Leave a thumbs up on that episode if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Next time, let's see what we're going to do there. I'm pretty sure that there will be really interesting things available for the next time. Bye-bye, everybody.